Good morning, I'm Dr. Joel Favreau, and this morning I wanted to go over with you guys how we make our morning smoothie. So I got out a lot of extra stuff just to give you some ideas because it's always a little bit different. But so some of the different vegetables that we may use is, so we have chard, kale, celery, let's see, fennel, and baby bok choy. Cucumber is another one. Sometimes people don't feel like they have time to have fresh produce around all the time, so you can also get organic frozen. So that's frozen kale. But today, I already have some vegetables ready. I already rinsed them in the salad spinner here. So we're going to use fennel, chard, cucumber, and a little celery. So the way we start is take some pomegranate juice, organic pomegranate juice. Put some of that in there. And then usually I use some organic unsweetened almond milk. You don't have, all these are just options. You could use coconut milk is good. We use that sometimes, or coconut water. Also kefir is good, organic kefir, so sometimes I'll put some of that in there. And then I start adding in my vegetables. So just going to throw these vegetables in here. Now this mixer that we're using is a Vitamix, so you're definitely going to need a pretty high-powered mixer, blender, and this is probably the best one. I definitely think it's worth the investment, and you'll see why in a minute. But okay, so I also have a piece of cucumber here, and now I'm going to add the frozen fruit. So we have organic frozen blackberries, and sometimes we also use organic strawberries, and then I'm also going to put in some organic blueberries. Dixie's playing with her toy in the background there. Alright, so put some organic blueberries in there. Now obviously the more berries you put in, the sweeter it'll be. So for when you're just starting out, you may want to put less vegetables and more fruit. So we've been doing it for a while.
Don't forget bananas.
And so we use a lot of the vegetables, but so you've probably heard Dr. Kristen there reminding me to remind you also bananas are good. So you can use just fresh bananas, or sometimes people like to freeze fresh after they're ripe, freeze them, and then they'll make the smoothie colder. But this is chia seeds. These are also really good. So I'm gonna put a scoop of those in there. And most of this stuff, pretty much all of it, we get at Whole Foods. I like to put some kind of nut in. Usually I put walnuts, but today we have organic sunflower seeds. I don't have any walnuts, so I'm just going to put a few of those in there. And I put one egg in there, one raw egg. Again, this is an option, and I won't get into the whole defense about why raw eggs are okay, but certainly ask me and I'll tell you about it. But as long as it's free range organic, then you're pretty safe using raw eggs. And then the last thing that I put in here, actually it's not the last, one of the last, is I put a little bit of coconut oil in. So again, organic coconut oil. I'm really making a pretty extravagant one today. You don't necessarily need to use all of these ingredients when you do it. But so we're going to start by mixing that up. So here we go. Okay, so the last thing I put in is my whey protein, and it should be undenatured whey protein, and because it has way more antioxidants in it. So I put a scoop of that in there, and It's important to put that in after you blend it up, and just blend it lightly with that, because it'll denature the whey if you put it in first. So I'm going to just blend it lightly here. There we go. Okay. And that's it. So usually I make enough for Dr. Kristen and I also make some extra so that I have some for my first, snack at lunch or before lunch during the day at the office. So here it is. Cheers. Let me know if you have any questions. So I just wanted to, we just did the video on the smoothie making. I just want to mention a couple things. We also take, people ask, about supplements sometimes. So we take the fish oil every morning, and also a good probiotic is important. In the colder months, we also take vitamin D. But in the summer or in the warm months, if you're getting outside enough, with enough skin exposed, then you're going to get enough vitamin D from the sun. And then one other thing about the smoothie, one other ingredient that I will often throw in is a little bit of raw cacao powder, and that just helps to sweeten it up, and it's actually an antioxidant. Thank you.